I guess since we were talking about it in the beginning, now you were explaining that that's how the gentleman lost his life on the boat. Cause I heard it was an alleged prank, basically.
Did he know how to swim?
I'm
That's always
no,
the
he
question.
didn't. Damn, I was about to smoothly just okay. Let me behave. No, he didn't. He didn't know how to swim. No.
Like that doesn't. It doesn't make sense for someone who doesn't know how to swim to all of a sudden jump onto a boat, off a boat, sorry, into the water, even on a dare. That doesn't make sense.
Lindsay, common sense ain't common anymore.
I dare you to jump off a boat and you can't swim?
Nerdsy, common sense is not common.
What did they think they were gonna do? Walk on water? Not everybody,
Common
Jesus. Like,
is not common anymore.
Levitation?
like
That's,
bounce back? They thought they were gonna skip like a rock? Like, I don't understand.
Skip like a rock. Wow.
Common sense is not common anymore.
Like,
wow.
It's just not.
I'm not okay. You know what? And I hear you. I hear exactly what you were saying. But in saying that, I just gave 4 different scenarios of what coulda, shoulda, delusional responses to this mythology of thinking. To me, that does not sound like someone who was either in their sane mind. They sound like they were either intoxicated or coerced to do this.
Oh, you're going at that angle.
Yeah, because if I can't swing, why am I going to go into something that I can't do?
Common sense. Oh, don't tell. Hey, that's just a part of the game nowadays. I can't do what I'm gonna try.
It sounds good what you're saying, Z. It sounds good.
Right.
But
it does. This is not what it is nowadays. Common sense ain't common.
Okay, well, we need to start promoting more of it. So, how about that?
Listen to me. If common sense was promoted, a lot of things will not be flourishing nowadays.
A lot of things would flourish, actually.
we would have water.
No. A lot of things will flourish, but a lot of things that people are trying to promote, like stupidity, won't be flourishing.
Well, we don't need it in our life. You know, like, it's one thing, okay, mind you, it would still always be there and it would still flourish regardless.
Right.
But instead, it would be from a mindset that is from, I never knew. That's the difference.
Right.
Versus, you don't know and, like, you're not going to go and jump off a cruise ship.
Yeah, that's still.
Some people is like, you never know, but you only live once.
But you only live
Listen to
once?
me. Some people listen to me.
Sounds
Some people already know what the verdict is, but they still do it anyway. Because there's
I don't
still
think if
that
they
chance.
knew.
There's still that chance you survive, or maybe there could be other coherent things that change, and
Like
you don't
what?
know intoxications.
Oh, someone's
could be
gonna go in the
drinking.
water after me and jump in and save me? Like, what?
Some people be drinking and doing the most, like you said.
See, but like I said,
that person knew. Sukan didn't know she was gonna get her booty eat that day. She can't perform. That wasn't on the docket.
yeah, but I mean, booty eating versus your life off a cruise ship, like off of a cruise ship. They don't weigh the same.
You know what's a correlation?
It depends on the bootyology.
Like,
Some booties weigh
it
the
still
same
don't
as
weigh
you.
the same.
Okay, no,
Unless
no,
that person was like biting a chunk out of her butt. Like,
It
don't make no sense.
Yo.
That was the only threat I can see here.
With the veneer teeth.
Yeah, like, it's the only
No,
thing.
the veneers,
If the person was a cannibal,
no. The porcelains, oh my goodness.
that's the only thing I can see as the threat here.
Oh, man.
But being booty eaten versus the rapture of the waves?
The rapture of the waves?
But listen to me.
Yo.
It
Come on
matter
now.
To certain people. Not certain people. Certain to people is just what it is. It's the harsh reality of this world. Common sense is not common anymore.
Yo. Then the other part to my additional to the intoxicated or coercion is sheltered. That's the additional part.
Yes, that can happen.
They could be a very sheltered person.
Mm-hmm. There's no cause and effect. You didn't learn. Nobody was out here skinning you alive to make sure that you knew what the dangers were looking out for. These are whole practices, eh? Traditionally, people go out and learn how to hunt, kill, do all these things and survive because somebody put them out in the training grounds and skin their backside. so they can learn this stuff.
So they could. I mean,
That's how the common sense came.
Nowadays, they don't. But that's the thing. Nowadays, people are all free thinking now. There's no type of standard.
Whoa.
There's
We're
no
not
type of
going to
standard.
change the terminology of free thinking and free thinker to debauchery, okay? Like, we're not
Wow.
going to do it.
Wow,
So,
okay,
okay,
that's-
so okay, but here's the thing. Let's be real. If that person had a put it like this. If you go with the flow, I always said this to people. If you go with the flow, you'll always end up in a sewer. Lakes, rivers, waters, oceans, they all have borders for a reason.
oh, I thought they were gonna quote TLC just now. Stick to the
Don't
lakes
go chase
and
the
rivers
waterfalls.
that you're used
Hi,
to.
bro. The
A
man
lot
said,
of
if
need
you
to
go
stick to
with the flow,
sorry,
you'll
but
always
you're
find a
just-
sewer.
And the funny, I don't even want to have this conversation because I feel like I'm being insensitive.
Right.
But here's another thing.
That's
I'm starting
funny.
to realize. Have you realized that we've been like numb to death?
No.
Like,
We are not numb to death.
okay, we're not, but like, I'll say society. Like, I feel like we're kind of numb. We're getting to a point where it's like,
I don't think people are numb to death in society either.
Really?
for example, I think so.
No.
Well, okay,
Jackie
I'll
O
say
passed
social
away.
media.
Everyone was grieving with everybody who was grieving.
I mean, except for what's her name, but I mean, except for her, but
Yeah, except for
but-
Azealia
No,
Banks.
I'll
Right,
say
right.
for social media.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
that
social
we
media, but
are
that's the thing. I get that. But like,
desensitized.
these submarine people, as crazy as it sounds, 5 people died.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, I mean,
They haven't found. They haven't found.
they,
Oh.
I mean,
Allegedly.
they didn't find. They said they found the debris, but they didn't recover the body yet. At least not that we know of yet.
Right? There's so many theories going around and circulating. They said that what was it? The implosion from that was one of the things that I saw.
The pressure from the ocean. The
Yeah,
deep pressure.
pressure of
Yeah.
the
makes
ocean.
sense. That
But
makes
then,
sense.
but how does that make sense when persons from the writers and illustrators from Simpsons, how many other people said that they too had been on this excursion and are still living to this day?
So
Because-
with that,
Because maybe they went to I don't think they did it with Ocean Gate.
They did.
no, they did, but they didn't go as deep.
They didn't go.
They didn't go deep. They went only like 3,000. So this current one,
Yeah.
they were trying to go like 4. They were trying to really kiss the Titanic, because the Titanic is roughly 4,000 feet
Oh, I think
under.
I think it's more. It's down where
Or it's probably more. It's probably more. Yeah.
I think these people need to stop playing to where y'all need to stop. Leave where Namor is staying. Namor is not playing with y'all niggas.
Wow.
Okay. So then here's the other question.
Wow.
How did they recover the debris?
They didn't yet. They saw it. They saw it.
They saw it. It showed up. I didn't even see it per se. I think it was a sonogram or whatever that.
See, and this is where it goes back to, I liked it back in the day when I was like 11 to 15 years old. On the Discovery Channel, they used to have these documentaries when people were diving.
Right.
Remember when they had the official announcements of so and so is going on this excursion to go and see and navigate, blah blah blah.
Right. Yeah.
What happened to those days?
So, was it Jacques Cousteau and them?
Yes.
Jacques.
And they would film the entire thing. There was a whole crew, entire scene was being done. You saw when they were in the gates with the sharks. When they were going around, they were swimming with the whales. When they went in Antarctica and whatever, and they were with the penguins. Like, you knew.
That's the. I mean.
You
That
knew.
was actually a good time. That was actually a good time.
That's
Though.
what I'm saying.
Shark Week was lit, though. That
He
a
was.
good time.
So it's like, whatever happened to that? Why did we stop doing that?
I don't like how this was announced. Like, I can't even tell like when it started. Like all of a sudden it was popping up. Like, oh, they can't find the sub. Oh, they have 96 of 96 hours of oxygen left. And I was just like, what?
How come there was no safety precautions? All these people
The
had
company
gone there,
cut corners allegedly.
and then
That's what it is. You see how they anchored it together? They used a hand ratchet.
Oh
Hand
what?
ratchet.
Oh what?
A hand ratchet. They were ratcheting it with a hand ratchet.
But
Not even a drill type impact. Not even impact. A hand ratchet.
no DeWalt.
No DeWalt.
No Milwaukee?
No Milwaukee.
No Makita?
No Makita. So we didn't even see the brand of the hand ratchet. Hand ratchet.
Don't tell me they put it together by hand. But like the important parts. Like the important parts, you should use a machine. Like an air pressure machine, right? You're telling me they Flintstone the thing?
Listen to me.
Allegedly?
Listen to me. This is what I don't understand. 250,000 for a seat.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, this is like that type of money baffles me because God willing, I hope to get to see that in my life.
Right.
You know? But like to use that one time on a ship that you can't even guarantee, like
Your life.
the way I see it, I would have paid that much for a ship like a live stream to go down there. I don't need to be there. I need to be up there. You gotta find some cameras to go down there.
So pay for a drone, yeah. That's safer and
We
things.
can barely get up to space.
Listen.
I'm starting to realize that I don't think we got to the moon. To be real with you, we haven't been back since.
I cannot.
And you're telling me why? Because we can't make money? Having equipment. You see, when we go down this path of conspiracies, it makes me feel like a lot of other things are fraudulent. You know?
Wow, that's
We went to the moon the one time. Think about it. We went to the moon one time, and technology has only got better. And we can't go back. This whole time we can't go back?
Wait, no, I swear they went back.
Which man went back?
You
Man said, which man went back? Tell me his name right now. Right now. What's his name?
Which man went over there and came back?
That's hilarious.
It's gone to the point that when you ask Buzz Aldrin, did you actually went to the moon, he's throwing hands.
I found that always weird, but I have to research that again. But I always found that rumor weird. Like, no, like people would ask him, like, did you go to the moon? He's just like, oh! you gotta swing. Buzz, what are you doing? Buzz, no!
Buzz, to infinity!
I cannot.
You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't add up to me. And then now you want to tell me that you can't go up there because we don't have enough money to go up there?
They say the funding ran out after they landed.
After they landed, so they stuck up there because they can't get the trip back home?
No, that's not happening. No.
One way to the moon?
No, that's not happening.
One way ticket.
No, so they went, said, man landed on moon, they put the flag there, they put a laser there, and they came back down, and they're like, by the way, budget's cut. So they couldn't
go back.
And then other attempts, like, this is rocket science, like, so, like, the rocket will be taken off, and it'll be like, and explosion, and you're like, oh, another time it'll take off, explosion, everyone on board killed, okay, another one, where's it going? Okay, it's a lot of, it's tricky.
Jeez.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, condolences to people that passed away making that attempt and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like they're selling wolf tickets. Leave Titanic alone. Let me ask you a question. Has anybody else seen the Titanic since it sunk?
I mean,
supposedly these people who have gone there and went on this trip,
right.
But I guess as we're saying, the depth of what people are wanting to actually reach the Titanic at, maybe not so. Maybe they've seen it peering out the little peephole that's included in that thing at a certain height, and they had to use a magnifying glass to really see it, but not at up and close where they kissing it or touching it, or they could possibly get a little stuck inside the railing,
Yo.
And that is the reason why we don't need to go there in the first place.
But I mean, there's some things that I feel like there are some things, and I'm looking at this from a civilian human level of extrospection type of things, right? I think there are some things, yes, I understand. There are some things that you're not really supposed to know. Because I think that if you do know them, you're treading waters into places where it's like borderline psychotic. Like you are now going to be crazy once you get there. Because on top of it, how many other people are going to be able to relate to you?
Right.
So this is why I feel like it's borderline psychotic. Like you're gonna lose your mind in the process because you're gonna be the only person who has experienced this. That's one. Two, I do think that we are supposed to find ways to learn more of where we're living and how we're living and how it's working and all these other stuff. But I feel like the more that we learn about the way that things work here, the more paranoid people may be.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because people are going to have to upkeep it. Now that they know and say that they're destroying it in a process, the more you know, the better you are supposed to do.
Right.
So now if people are become aware and they're like, oh my gosh, this is what we're doing, this is how we're contributing it, you're going to start telling people, no, don't do this.
Yeah.
No.
Like I've been saying, we should have been had water cars.
No.
You take a gallon or 5 gallon.
Right.
You put it in your car.
Right.
If you burn it, it turns steam. The steam goes to the atmosphere goes to the rain goes to it's
like I'm actually kind of shocked that we don't have carbon monoxide vehicles that change into oxygen.
I mean,
this all makes sense and it's all good, but how are they gonna make money off of this?
And that's
what
the problem.
That's what the expeditions are for, right? Like when you start producing more and researching and developing and creating, manufacturing, and producing the things and the trips to make sure that it's safe. Listen, the Wright brothers made a plane, and now we fly commercially. Okay, so
please don't fly on Spirit. Please don't fly on Spirit. Just please avoid that one.
But put it
Go
like
Delta
this.
or something.
But put it like this.
Mm-hmm.
You have batteries, right? Everybody makes batteries, right? And that's a business that, you know, people do unethical things to get the ions and all these things to make batteries, but everybody needs them. So it's like, okay, who cares about what happens on there? Yes, it's unethical, but we need it to survive, right? What if one person decides, which I allegedly heard happen, decides to create a battery that never dies? They are going to kill that person.
Supposedly, no, but here's this. It's not that they're going to kill the person. It's that the person's no longer going to be able to afford life. That's really what's going to happen. Because supposedly that's the same thing that's happening to the Instapot creator.
The Instapot creator?
Yes.
Do tell the audience who's listening, what is it, the Instapot creator?
So Instapot is a brand that specifically works in retailing kitchen gadgets and like what's it called? What are these things? Like mixers, pressure cookers, pancake mixer, pans, X, Y, and Z, right?
Right.
And supposedly because the material of their stuff is so good, they are no longer able to produce sales because it's like there's no dying quality about the actual product itself. So because it's such a good quality product, the shelf life of it isn't quick, and therefore people are holding on to their stuff and their product for longer, and therefore this business is running out of business because they're unable to sell and uphold the sales.
So that's why they, like we always say, they cut the dope. They're just like, you know what?
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Some people do it to make money. Some people do it for a purpose. You know what I mean? Oh, they don't like for example, like Uber. I guarantee the Uber guy said, like, I remember this was like one of our episodes years ago when we talked about Uber and how they try to ban Uber. It's like a lot of times Uber was a big thing because taxi people were the dons. Taxi people were running us ragged, right? And then now, the man, whoever created it, said, not anybody can drive a taxi. Eureka, Uber. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, now you're at a place where it's like, there's some people, yes, they'll do it for a business. Yes, you need to make money. But there's some people that will ethically do it to be like, hey, you know, I was a person that was in the sweatshop, and I don't like what is happening. No money in the world is worth this. They're going to kill that man.